All right, so let's look at scatter plots. A scatter plot is a graph that displays the relationship between two variables. So each dot is a measurement of the height and the left arm length of one individual person. And the scatter plot really shows us if there's a relationship between arm length and height. So what can you see in the scatter plot? Well, hopefully you can see like an upward trend. Like if my height increases, so does my left arm length on average, right? So we have kind of this positive trend. Like if we were to put a trend line through our data, it would look something like that. And, this should be a straight line over here. So as height increases, so does arm length. So that's the first thing, right? In general, we see that positive trend as our X values increase, our Y values increase as well. So we call that a positive correlation. The other thing we see that it actually follows a straight line relationship. So we call that a linear relationship. So there is a linear relationship again between arm length and height over here. And then, one other thing we may want to mention, we can see that, most of these points are pretty close to our line. And then there may be a couple values that are a little further away, maybe unusual values over here. So we could have some outliers in our data set. And, over here we have one person who's very short but has really long arms. So maybe that would be a monkey. And then over here we have someone who's super tall with super short arms over here. That's our T-Rex. So we have some unusual values that don't really follow that linear trend as well. And we can actually list kind of the values over here. And it's a little hard to see, but it looks like we have a height of maybe about 73 inches and an arm length of about 23 inches. So we can actually give that as a pair where our X value, our first value is the height, the second value is our arm length, and another unusual value, which is someone who had a height of maybe about 62 inches and an arm length of about 26 inches over here. So how do we create these scatter plots, and then what do we do with them? So the first thing we want to determine is actually what should we put on the x-axis and what should we put on our y-axis. So if we're trying to determine how height determines the arm length, we would put the height on the x-axis and the arm length on the y-axis. If, on the other hand, we want to determine how your arm length determines or affects your height, then we're going to do it in reverse order. So generally, you want to look at the question and you want to make sure that you're putting the correct variable on the x and the other one on the y-axis. And many times you can do it either way. So in exercise 2 over here, we're actually creating a scatter plot, and what we're trying to determine is how does temperature affect chirps? So meaning if the temperature is higher, would that increase or decrease our number of chirps, right? So our temperature would be our x, our chirps would be y, because we want to know how does temperature affect chirps? How can we determine the number of chirps from our temperature? All right, here I drew the x and the y-axis, and we're now going to label it. So we're going to look at our temperatures, and it looks like our temperatures are no lower than 40 and no higher than about 70. So we're going to start by doing 40, 50, 60, and 70 over here. And then the number of chirps they get as low as 6. So, maybe we want to just do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 over here. All right, here we have 40, and up here would be 50. Didn't quite make that long enough. All right, let's start adding our values. So our first temperature is 47. That corresponds to 6 chirps. Okay, so that point is about here. Second one is 50.3, our temperature, and 11 chirps. So maybe right over here. 58 is our temperature, and 17 is the number of chirps. So far it follows a nice little trend over here. 62.5, and we have 26 chirps. We have 47.2, and we have 9 chirps. So right over here, 89 and 50. Okay, so let me add this a little bit here. Here's 80, 90, 89, and 50. So that's our value. That's way over here, but it still nicely follows that trend. 68.5 and 31. All right, just a few more values. 75, 37. Then we have 67, 29. And the last value, 54.6 and 14. So when you're looking at the overall trend, it looks like our trend line follows very much a straight line over here, going right through our data over here. So this is definitely a very good linear model. You can see as the temperature increases, so does the number of chirps over here. So we should label this as our temperature, because a good graph always has the axis labeled, and we have the number of chirps per 15 seconds.